I'm delighted to welcome you all to today's session, and of course I'm very honoured to be amongst such a distinguished audience. And let me look forward to thanking you in the future for the value that your technologies have already added to society. Look forward in the future. Why do I say this? Well, it's because it may not happen. Ultimately, your innovations, your success, your technology's success, your lasting contribution to society will frankly depend upon society's willingness to accept, to trust your technologies, and even possibly to trust each of you. It will depend upon their skills and their ability to get the most value from them. And it will depend on how well they, if you like, embrace the changes the technologies will increasingly make to their everyday lives. Now, trust, as we all know, sadly, is becoming increasingly scarce because of, dare I say it, major IT system failures, notably in banks and airlines, everyday security breaches, worries over the misuse of our personal data, and so on, and worries over what the advancement of technologies, such as robotics and AI, will actually do to our jobs in the future. We know that digital skills are no longer optional for our citizens, and we're very slow in closing that gap, unfortunately. Do you know, a recent UK government report showed that 82% of online advertised job openings required a level of digital skills. And increasingly, of course, social support services require online access, to name but one universal credit. But only 1 in 5 adults still have low or absolutely no basic digital skills whatsoever. So it's not surprising that in such a climate, we can be fearful, people are fearful or indeed reluctant to change altogether. I'm currently the president of the British Computer Society, which I hope at least some of you have heard of. We are the Chartered Institute for IT, representing all studying and practicing within the UK's computing and IT profession. We are an independent professional society with a Royal Charter and membership of more than 60,000 professionals drawn from all industries in all sectors. We're a leader in the community of professional engineering institutes, academies, and societies. We're pretty young in relative terms. Here in the Royal Society, which I think was founded in something like 1660, we're mere youngsters being founded in 1957. Our purpose is to ensure we make IT that is good for society. And I want to explain what we're doing to help you and your innovations succeed. By building trust in the computing and the IT profession, that's IT people, whether you are engineers, designers, analysts, architects, and so on, and by implication, of course, trust in their very work through professional registration and accreditation. And by working with educators to inspire and teach today's generations and the next generation and prepare and equip the public's digital skills. As I have the opportunity, I'd like to actually ask for your help. Your help to help us to help you. So, now to trust. The technologies that you've described over the last couple of days, and those of you that you're about to hear from today, put computing systems absolutely shoulder to shoulder with doctors, nurses, teachers, lawyers, bankers, and of course, many, many more. Shoulder to shoulder with professionals who people have come to trust and who maintain their trust because those professionals are in some way registered and even legally regulated through a professional society. Their skills and experience are regularly tested, who abide by a code of conduct, break it, and they're no longer able to practice. But what are people coming into the computing profession? Well, There's no legal or otherwise requirement for practitioners to register or indeed to certify their skills with a professional body. And it may be, of course, that not all practitioners need to be registered or regulated. Some estimates place the number of IT practitioners in the UK today at around 2 million. I actually think it's closer to 1.3. But I can tell you that today that all of our 60,000 members abide by a code of conduct, that we award professional status, whether it's a registered IT technician, a chartered engineer, or a chartered IT professional, to members who actually provide evidence of the required levels of skill, capabilities, and experience, and who demonstrate continued professional development. We have over 1,000 registered IT technicians and over 13,000 chartered IT professionals. We believe that those whose roles significantly affect society, those engaged in the areas that you've discussed here, and especially those who work really closely to the regulated professions, should be certified and registered. We're making progress. We're a partner in the recently formed Federation of Health Informatic Professionals, FEDAP, you probably know it as, who provide the only public register in the UK for healthcare IT professionals. And we're looking at some new areas, as you might expect. In their recent report on the dynamics of data science skills, the Royal Society itself suggested that we engage in the development of a data science profession, and we will do that. Our work will improve the public's trust in our profession and the IT industry as a whole, and I suggest it will improve their trust in you and your inventions. Moving for a second to skills. Our Royal Charter requires us to promote the study and the practice of computing and to advance knowledge and education for the benefit of the public. Quite a charge indeed. So let me give you just 2 examples to give you a flavour of the extent of our work. 1, we accredit over 1,500 UK university computing courses to ensure that students and indeed professionals can be confident in the quality and the relevance of the courses to the needs of the profession, and perhaps more importantly, the employers. And 2, I would point to our new role in what's called the NCCE. That's the National Centre for Computing Education, an £84 million UK government-funded programme. Together, we work with STEM Learning, whom I'm sure many of you know, and of course Raspberry Pi, very famous organisation. And through the centre, we will significantly improve the provision of computing education in England through the training of thousands more computer science teachers, 8,000 of them, ladies and gentlemen. This will obviously support increases in the number of pupils studying computer science, whether it be at GCSE level, AS or A level, and to ensure that there's a really strong pipeline of computer skills, which we are acutely short of, and the next few years are going to be a real issue for us unless we solve this problem. And of course, we're going to be focusing on getting more young women and disadvantaged areas into computing. The Department of Education, as you can well imagine, have set some really strong targets for us to meet, and I'm absolutely delighted to say publicly that we are absolutely on track. So, finally, I said that I would ask for your help, to help us, to help you. Well, it's a pretty simple request, so please, please support the BCS, the NCCE, and the community of professional engineering institutes, academies, and societies. In practical terms, please join us if you haven't, and engage with us and our programs. Drive us to make sure that we understand what you need, because ultimately, we want and we need you to succeed. And now, back to this morning and today's agenda. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.